Thanks, Julie. Next up is a team that has become the source of tremendous pride for us at EA, and particularly for us at EA in Europe. Just 10 years ago, the DICE studio in Stockholm was a small independent operation that made a rally car title and some contract work for some publishers. But we knew they had a really, truly gifted team, they had a very strong leader, and they also had an idea for a little PC-based shooter.
Thank you, Jens Ove. My name is Patrick Soderlund. With me here on stage today is Carl Magnus Troedsson, the executive producer at DICE. We're here today to show you Bad Company 2. This is a big year for Battlefield. Battlefield 1943 has been an incredible success for us, breaking the record as the fastest-selling downloadable game. As a matter of fact, we just passed the 1 million mark. Pretty cool.
Thank you. But we're here today to talk about Battlefield Bad Company 2. And I'd like to announce that the game will be releasing in Europe on March 5th and North America on March 2nd, 2010. This is going to be the best online FPS with the most insane online battles you have ever experienced. Now, we have the utmost respect for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, but Battlefield Bad Company 2 is going to redefine online multiplayer gaming. And we're going to do that by drawing upon DICE's heritage of sandbox gameplay and delivering on 3 design elements: vehicle warfare, squad play, and destruction.
Vehicle warfare is a staple for any Battlefield game. This is where we really deliver unique and intense experience that our competitors simply cannot replicate. At DICE, we have a history deeply rooted in vehicles with the Rally Sports series and the original Battlefield 1942. We're now taking that tradition into the heart of Bad Company. Bad Company 2 ups the ante by offering players a large selection of authentically modeled vehicles. Each one provides a tactical advantage over land, sea, and air. New vehicles like the transport helicopter and the squad bike change the way you play the game, and a lot of effort has gone into making the handling feel perfect.
Another key feature of the Battlefield franchise is squad play. Now, Bad Company 2 will encourage players to compete as a 4-player team towards a common goal, and we will give you the tools to do so. For instance, if you fire a tracer dart on a vehicle, it will be notified to your squad of its location, so they can fire homing RPGs at it. Or, if you take a sniper round to the head, why not just spawn right next to one of your squad mates, get quickly back into the action, and you can seek revenge. Working as a team will give you tactical, strategic advantages and earn you exclusive team-based achievements and unlocks.
Last year, we introduced tactical destruction with the Frostbite engine, which creates a new level of variety to the gameplay. In Bad Company 2, we're delivering Destruction 2.0. A smart sniper will find a key location in a building, blow out a small hole, and use that to take their advantage. Cover can also be chipped away piece by piece. Entire buildings can be reduced to rubble. There's nowhere to hide.
This killer combination of features when it comes to vehicles, squad play, and destruction delivers a true all-out war experience. But nothing I say here today can substitute for actually playing it yourself. So please come by the EA booth this week and get your hands on multiplayer at its finest. We're going to leave you now with a trailer that was built in the Frostbite game engine by our awesome team back in Stockholm. And thank you.
Давай наверх. Остальные за мной. Докладывайте. Что видно?
Вижу легкий танк и около 6 янки.
Принято. Оставайся на месте. Готовим впереди. Цель помечена. Отлично. По моей команде.
Так точно.
Готов.
На позиции.
Работаем по цели. Давай! Ударите! Пошел, пошел!
Готов, я.
Черт, еле успел. Проверьте оружие и боеприпасы.
Yeah, I got a visual on Tango's at unit 755. Roger that. Splash is inbound in 3, 2, 1.
So next up is a really cool game being developed also in association with our EA Partners division. Tim Schafer, Jack Black, and the team at Double Fine Studio have had a lot of well-deserved recognition from critics this year. And Brutal Legends is one of the most anticipated games of the holiday season. But last week, they were in the news again for slaying a particularly huge and ugly monster, a bunch of lawyers, and a disgruntled former partner who were trying to keep Tim from launching this game. I'm very happy to report that Tim beat that level also. He got rid of that monster, and Brutal Legend will launch on time in October. And here is Tim to tell you about Brutal Legends.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for coming. It's awesome to be here. My first time in Cologne and showing Brutal Legend and showing for the first time in Europe multiplayer for Brutal Legend. Maybe you've heard a little bit about the game, that it's got Jack Black starring as Eddie Riggs, our main character, and that it's all about, there's a lot of music in it. But what is the essence of Brutal Legend? What is it really all about? At its core, Brutal Legend is an action game where you play a heroic badass who's fighting hordes of demonic foes and monsters and guys who listen to hair metal, and you battle through a heavy metal world. And you do so with 3 main weapons that you use, and I'm going to go into more detail on that in a little bit. But first, we're going to talk about the world itself, because at the heart of it, we wanted to create the experience of falling into an album cover. Because when I was really getting into heavy metal myself, you know, if you're like me, you're extremely old, and you played music not like on an MP3 and then you go do something else, but you would sit there with it. That was the only entertainment you had. You would unwrap the little wax cylinder and slide it onto the Victrola and crank it up. But then you would stare at the album cover for a long time, looking for details and just all the little hidden things that you'd see in those great albums. If you're lucky, it would open up. And so we wanted to have that feeling of just falling into one of those epic, awesome album covers and exploring that world for yourself and rewarding that kind of exploration. So when you do so, you'll find it's full of all sorts of creatures and characters, and some of them are very, very dangerous, so you don't want to go in unarmed.